Hey there, friends, Nibs again. Out here in the garage today, doing a little bit of goofing around. It is a rainy, wet day out, very hot too. So I decided to keep it inside the garage. Thankful for it's a little stifle, a little stuffy in here too. I need to get a window air conditioner for in here. Someday I'll splurge on myself, but it's still a lot nicer than it is outside. So we're gonna go ahead and have a little bit of fun with a really cool new addition to the collection. I've only had this one for a couple of weeks now, and it is still running on the same CO2 that was in there when I first did the show and tell on it the other day. So we may have to do a cartridge change midstream here. So, but it is shooting really well. I'm going to do a cylinder full across the chronograph for starters. Got Crosman Premier hollow points here. So I'm following the advice of a good friend of the channel to better way to load these is you hold it upright and kind of set it in there like you're setting it on the shelf. And it really works well. It's still not the most enjoyable loading system that has ever been invented, but it is a whole lot nicer than trying to line them up and drop them straight down in, because they never sit like you want them to. But you can set them there and then kind of nudge them in, and then they go right up in. So there's 4. And they were acting a lot better than this when I was playing around with it earlier. But there you go, there's 5. So we're going to do, like I said, 1 across the chronograph. But while I'm doing it, I'm going to shoot at the splatter burst that's down there as well. Looks like I'm pretty well lined up here, so we should be able to do both simultaneously. Okay, 366. Oh, got an error on that one. 359. Duplicate 359, so 2 more. 357. So we're starting to, CO2 is cooling a little bit, and we're dropping a couple feet per second, but that's still really consistent. Nice group, really nice group. So this one, excellent shape, very good condition. The grips are in really nice shape, almost no wear at all. It has the metal cylinder, and the metal cylinder does have some wear on it from being spun around, but that is another indication of a really old gun. By the production number on here, if I'm reading it right, this is a 1970 vintage 38T. You can see the light reflecting from the chronograph here. But let's go ahead and so I'm going to stop the chronograph now, so it's not and stop the screen record. And now we're going to just do a little bit of plinking. So I just wanted to give you guys a look at this. I thought it was going to need a reseal, but so far it's really holding up well. So a lot of times when I get these, I've had several of old Crosmans and old CO2 guns like this. When you first fire them up and get a CO2 in there, they'll work good for a cartridge or 2, and then I don't know if the old seals just tend to start getting brittle, and or the CO2 affects the old seals, or the Pel gun oil you put on them affects the old seals. I'm not really sure what happens, but almost 9 times out of 10 they start leaking fairly quickly. But so I've just set up my cast of characters, I guess you could say, the steel silhouettes And let's see if we can knock those down. The ram, no problem. Chicken, I think, might the grouping of the on the splatterburst leads me to believe that we may have a little bit of trouble with the chicken. Let's just see. Oh, I took down the pig too. I'll set those back up again. And it's the turkey. Let me flip those back up again and we'll run through them one more time. Stand by. All right, you're asking yourself, did he shoot 5 or did he shoot 6? Well, I think I only shot 3, but all right, let's start from the other end again. So let's hit the turkey. Okay. So usually when I hit the chicken, it doesn't knock the pig over, but this time, and if I hit the pig, the chicken knocks over. But I'm gonna try to hit the pig, see if I can knock both of them down. That way, I won't have to reload again. All right, I didn't knock the. All right, let's see if we can hit the chicken. Nope. All right, so I'm gonna reload it. Got 2 more I got to get down there. We're still pretty good on time here anyway. So, but the 38T, they came out in the early 60s. I don't remember exactly when, but in 1976, Crosman made the decision to make the 38T be a 177 caliber instead of a 22 caliber. I believe I already have a couple copies of both out here, but I don't think any of them are so clean as this one. So I have a drawer in this filing cabinet over here just chock full of CO2 guns. But let's go ahead and see if we can hit that chicken again. Can't see where I'm missing. There he is. All right, that was 2. Now the ram. Ram's easy. So I got 3 left. So let's take those back up to the splatterburst again. Looks like I could use just a little bit more to the right and a little bit more elevation on my. That's probably why I was missing that chicken. But that's pretty good. So you can, I'm not looking directly into it, but you can look at an angle into this little port that's up in the front here, and you can spin this and see if there's any pellets left in there. So she is clear, and what a great gun. It really, so I actually do own several Smith & Wesson 38 specials and 357s, and this has the heft and feel of those actual real powder burning revolvers. So, but these were actually developed to be a training aid for the government early in the 60s. A lot of the 3-letter, the alphabet agencies of the government were using these because that was their carry weapon back in those days, was the Smith & Wesson, what would have been the Model 10, essentially, in 38 Special. So, but really cool. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll be doing some head-to-heads with this. I have a few other old CO2 guns out here and some newer. So I have the Barra Schofield. I was thinking about doing a head-to-head against this one with the Barra Schofield, and I have that one adapted to 22 caliber as well. So I think that'll be a real fair fight. Stay tuned for more. till next time, have a great day.